What's good, beautiful Taurus gang? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. My name's Annie. I read tarot here on YouTube. For those who are new, welcome. Happy to have you. For those who are returning, what's up? I love you guys. You're the coolest. Let's get some fun messages for you, some helpful, insightful messages for you about love, romance, relationships. I'm going to be reading it through the lens of romantic relationships, but I do want you to know sometimes you can interpret them in a more, if you remove like the sexual romantic aspects, this is a relationship reading. So this could literally translate into something that you're going through with a family member, with a best friend. You guys understand? I just always want to put that disclaimer on there because sometimes those messages come out because those are the relationships we need to repair first. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's get a few shuffles in for Taurus. Yeah, I do general messages. Wow, here on YouTube, as all the cards fall out. Good cards though. That means not everything I say will resonate with you. Highly encourage you to come into this reading, Taurus, with an open heart and an open mind. If the messages don't resonate, fit your circumstance or scenario, release them. Don't take on those energies, those messages. Unfortunately, it won't be your story every time. Pieces and parts of this reading will very likely resonate. Again, sometimes in a area we don't always anticipate. So in like our career field, with our family, with this, with that. Hopefully there's some great love messages in here for you, but you have to do a little bit of work in these readings too to figure out where, if anywhere. Ooh, fly. Ooh, was that a good omen? It didn't feel like one. You have to interpret where these messages fit into your life, if they do at all, okay? That's my general disclaimer. Good Lord, we're off to a rough start. Sorry, guys. I gotta pick shit up off the floor. 3 of Wands. What do you refuse to wait for? You're taking aim on something. Sorry as I'm like adjusting everything. We're going to roll with it, Taurus. There's a fly in here. It's driving me nuts. It's probably going to land on me again. The fly. Who's the fly in your ointment? I hate that expression. I hate the word ointment. Let's just start there. Okay, sorry. I'm being a dork. Anyway, everything else about this reading down in the box below for you, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can. I would totally appreciate it. Helps me, helps my channel, helps this business grow. Yeah, that's about it. We're going to hop into your love reading. I'm sort of laughing because of all the videos I do. I think Taurus always has like the least number of subscribers. So in a weird way, it's very liberating because I feel like I can go off the railings and I'm not going to get like a million angry Tauruses like, that's not my story. But you know what? I'm reading for the messages, but if I read for like Scorpio or Virgo, without a doubt, there's going to be someone who's like, this isn't my message. But like Tauruses are either real chill or I just don't have any Tauruses who watch these videos. But either way, I'm here for it. Let's do it, Taurus. All right, bottom of your deck, the Chariot. So some of you might be dealing with a Cancer or a Scorpio. Some of you may be closing out a cycle with a Scorpio. Some of you may be traveling to see a Scorpio. Some of you may just be transitioning into a new chapter in your life where you are feeling very victorious, very balanced, very determined. This could be a timestamp of Cancer season. You're leaving something behind with a heavy heart, but I think you're excited for new beginnings. Yeah, because it's something, probably a relationship, a person in your life. It was doing you more bad than good. The energy, the whatever energetic tie you had to it, it was sort of draining. So again, this could be a relationship with your boss, right? You're transitioning away from that and you're entering a new cycle victoriously, empowered, something of the sort. Again, it may involve a Cancer or a Scorpio. It certainly doesn't have to. Then in terms of romantic suitors, there's an air sign interested in you, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Very possibly a male air sign. It doesn't have to be, but yeah, there's forward movement and progress in, yeah, with 10 of Cups. I was gonna say, this felt like a heavy message. Sorry, that's not the right way of phrasing it. Weighted in terms of the love offering it's bringing. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can be very impulsive. It can be very quick-witted or sharp-tongued. They can sometimes have a sting, right? It's like logic over the heart. But yeah, this felt a little bit more, I heard caress. It felt a little bit more sweet and comforting, and that's because what this Knight essentially is like bringing with it to offer you, potentially, Taurus, is 10 of Cups energy, which is, you know, it's a great card, right? You know, it can be like fantasy, dream come true, romantic fairy tale, storybook ending type shit, as I completely strip it of its romance. No, it's a beautiful card. It does frequently talk about families, generational love, like throughout the years. It's very positive, though. Again, possibly an air sign. I am getting kind of masculine energy attached to that. It doesn't have to be. Could also involve a Pisces for that matter. But anyway, that's sort of bottom of your deck. So there's forward movement and love. Some of you could literally be moving away from your family, or that could be your spouse or your partner too. If you guys are merging households, it's quite possible you are planning on moving, literally. You have multiple cards indicating fast movement. In which case you may be at a distance from your family, or it could be one of you is traveling away from the home or the roots you've already established. And I'm so sorry, Taurus, my camera freezes like clockwork every time, but we're in the same position. Eventually I'll upgrade my technology once I have more money to do that. Anyway, someone could be moving away from their family because I think it does have to do with work. Because the thing is, even it's like they carry their family or this like romantic feeling for their partner in their heart, even when they travel away. Yeah, it feels really nice. The energy right now coming through feels good. Even if you are in singlehood, and again, you're removing yourself from an old cycle that filled you with a lot of pain or anxiety or depression, whatever that is, you're headed towards something good. Again, potentially a Pisces is coming through here as well. All right, let's check in on the person who's coming up in your spread. I frequently say the one you're thinking about, but sometimes it's someone who's energetically interested in you, and you might not be aware of this person yet, too. So, could absolutely be a Gemini. That's the major arcana coming up in their spread. But the lovers, someone you love. It also talks about important decisions, choices. It can be a balance of our masculine and our feminine energies as well. So, yeah, this person has choices to make. I feel like this person may be traveling for a business deal or going on a job interview, and you're kind of their rock. So this probably isn't someone that new. He could certainly be a friend who's interested in you romantically, which I literally get that message for you every single time. Again, like clockwork. It's very interesting how that works. And I don't even know that many Tauruses, so I'm dying to know whose story this is, if any of you resonate with this. But anyway. All right, let's see. Throw some clarifiers on it with Golden Girls Tarot. My friend got me this for my birthday, and I was like, all right, let's try it. It's great. I love it. Seven of Pentacles, assessment mode. Yeah, I do think this has to do with money. I have to be honest. What I was saying is it's like this person, when they have to go away on business or travel or tend to their children, their family, whatever, it's like they take you with them in spirit, and you're their rock. You are their support system. So even when they're off on their own, it's almost like they feel your energy around them too. This could also be indicative of like a spirit guide too. If you relate more to this message that's coming up as like your person, it could indicate that you have guides and, you know, like your guardian angel type things, God, source, spirit around you. Helping you make important decisions about the path you want to take. In the heart space, your person is coming up as Two of Athame. So in this deck, it's Two of Swords. Kind of a different depiction of Two of Swords if you're familiar with the traditional tarot. Sometimes Two of Swords can be not blocking off so much, avoidance. It's a card of going within and tapping into your own intuition to make important or difficult decisions. It can be isolating yourself, excluding yourself from certain situations, wanting to like energetically disconnect with other people, or it can be a card of avoidance, not wanting to deal with something. This seems like someone is facing it head on. Someone's being very truthful and upfront with their feelings and their wishes, what it is that they want with you. This is coming up in their heart space. So, I mean, Taurus, this is kind of awesome to me. And let's just appreciate how adorable this card is with their cheesecake. Oh my God. You're their cheesecake. They want to have cheesecake with you. That sounds like a cool sexual metaphor, doesn't it? I don't know, Taurus. Their wish is to be with you. And I think they're pretty honest with you about it. This seems like if you were to, confront them, if you were to come at them and say, hey, how do you feel about me? They'd be like, I see a long-term future with you. I don't mean to be a hype man with the cards, but you have 10 of Cups, you have 9 of Cups, you have the Lovers, you have the Chariot. To me, the Death card is frequently quite positive. It's releasing what doesn't serve you and embracing the new. So it could be that you haven't met this person yet. Maybe this is the two of you meeting for the first time, and, you know, I don't want to necessarily say love at first sight, but it could indicate that you check off like a lot of the boxes of what this person is manifesting, what they're wishing for in a relationship. Then their action card is great too. They have the card of victory, of accomplishment, making it through strife, moments of struggle, obstacles, anxieties, stress at work, stress in family relationships and friendships. They've made it through some sort of accomplishment in their life, and they want you to notice them. They want you to see them. They want you to acknowledge them. They want your attention. This person may have strong Leo in their chart, particularly a Leo rising. But they're worried you don't like them. Again, with this storyline. Can we get a new storyline for Taurus? I get the same one every time for you guys. Every time. They're very invested in you. They like you very much. They want to engage you in conversation. They literally want to ask you out on a date for coffee or cheesecake or something of the sort. They want to woo you. They want to romance you. They want to dine you. But they're thinking that you don't see them or you're not interested in them because you're focused on someone else or you're focused on some sort of loss or disappointment in your life. To me, it's also saying that they see a sadness in you that they wish they could help fix, and they can't, right? Everybody needs to heal individually, on their own. It's not to say that people can't help us and encourage us and support us, but it is our own responsibility to heal any wounds we have. Even if it wasn't, our desire to have them, if it wasn't, I hate to use the word self-inflicted, but I think you guys know what I mean. Other people can hurt us. It's always going to be our responsibility to find healthy ways to cope and heal those wounds. That's just life, right? Those are challenges that the universe, spirit, source throws at us. And that, believe it or not, through that pain, we do tend to learn a lot about ourselves as a spiritual being. And that does help us grow and develop. So I feel like your person knows that you may be going through a difficult time. And I mean, there could be a million different reasons what that difficult time is. Maybe it's financial. Maybe it's work related. Maybe your parent is ill. Maybe this. I don't do fear-based readings. This person notices a sadness in you. Again, this could be someone you work with. And so even when they try and approach you, you either don't see it or you don't hear it or you don't acknowledge it. And as I frequently say to you, you just might not be interested. But the fact that this person or this theme, or however you want to say, this storyline keeps showing up in your reading, it's like you're not getting it, Taurus. And obviously this isn't a message for everyone. You might be dealing with a Cancer who's very interested in you, someone who's very compassionate and like dripping with just empathy, right? Again, at your workplace, I get that a lot for you. It's like you don't see this person or you're just not interested. But I guess to that I would say, are you sure? Like, I'm actually going to switch decks, but like, are you sure you're not interested? What's stopping you? Why are you not interested? And sometimes it's that chemistry, right? Sometimes we feel it with people and sometimes we don't. Again, I'm just going to ask, have you even given them a shot? Have you even gone out for coffee just as friends? Because there's something there. This person keeps showing up in your spread. Literally, if you go back and watch the last 10 videos on love, I guarantee you'll see this storyline a lot. And that does happen. It happens all the time. For different zodiac signs, the same kind of messages come out because it's like universe is trying to show us something and either you're just too blind to see it or you're turning your back on it. And again, it's never forcing you to be with anyone, but it's trying to make you recognize a quality in someone that could be a potential like good match for you, a good fit. It doesn't have to be your one and only, but it's like we meet people for a reason or a season, right? You might be meeting this person for a reason because maybe they are going to, I just heard escort you into a new cycle in your life whereby networking with them, by being friends with them, by being in their soul tribe, that group of people, you might meet your actual soulmate, right? So it's like you never know. There is some reason why this person who, they seem very faithful to you, whether you're related or not, but even if this is your significant other coming through, it's saying you're not giving them the attention that they really warrant or deserve. They seem to be working very hard to either get your attention or to keep your attention, but I don't know if you have wandering eyes. Let's look closer into your energy. But yeah, there's such a struggle with this person. They're trying so hard to impress you, but it's for nothing. It's like a lost cause. And I will say I could be reading for the cross-watching on a Taurus. You guys might relate to this energy if that makes sense. So all right, let's see. So what's coming up in Taurus? Where are they at in their mind and their thoughts and their energy about this? So that's the Three of Wands that like shot out. It fell right on the floor, right? Literally shot out. It kind of looks like a gun barrel, doesn't it? But it's not. It's a telescope, right? It's Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in. Some action, some progress has been taken, and now you're waiting to see either the results, waiting for confirmation that you're on the right spiritual path. It's funny, this card has come out a lot in almost every reading I've done this time around in love reading. So this is a spiritual journey. This is about connecting to the divine, connecting to God, removing yourself from destruction or chaos or an energy vampire, right? The star comes after the tower. So something that you couldn't see before you because you were being kept in the dark, or again, you had unhealthy attachments to something or someone, cigarettes, alcohol, sex addiction, whatever it is, right? I think you've removed yourself from that. In fact, I think that's the end of this cycle. It may have been a fight to the bitter end, right? Yeah, for a lot of you, it may have to do with an addiction issue. Interesting. But it does seem like you are making forward strides and good progress away from that. Some of you may be reuniting with family, and maybe that some sort of abuse issue put a wedge in that relationship. Someone is, I'm getting the same message though. You have a romantic suitor, again, possibly an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that's interested in you, and it's like they're willing to climb mountains for you, but it's becoming burdensome because you refuse to join them. Because you're heartbroken. You may be healing from a relationship of the past that didn't work out. Yeah. A lot of my Tauruses are still waiting on communication from someone of the past who broke their heart. Someone who caused you maybe some anxiety, someone who moved away from you, somebody who rejected you, dumped you, however you want to say it. A lot of my Tauruses are holding out hope for like the one that got away. Only you're not recognizing, again, there's someone right here, right now, that they're trying to give you affection and attention. And I already know some of you are like, I don't know who this is. Well, start looking, because they're there. They've been showing up weekly in your readings, so there's something there that you're not seeing. And again, it might be that you are not interested romantically in this suitor. I'm not saying date them. I'm not saying force it. I'm not saying fake the affection. I'm saying spend time with them and try and understand, why is the universe trying to get you to hang out with them? There's a reason for it. I promise you guys. Yeah, you're waiting for your star. You're waiting for your miracle. You're waiting for a message from God, really, from the divine. That's sort of what I get from this. Mountains. Some of you are waiting on a Capricorn or a Gemini. And it's something about, you keep telling yourself that like no matter the distance, you'll find a way to get to them, or they'll find a way to get to you. But the weird thing is, I get the impression you aren't even in touch with this person. So the mentor. Yeah, this does have to do with like something being guided against you, something trying to guide you in a new or different direction. Almost like Phoenix from the ashes is sort of what I'm getting. Like something has ended on purpose, and instead of embracing that new beginning with like zest and vigor, which some of you, you're on the cusp of doing that. It's like just when you start to get rolling, right, and moving ahead, you retreat back to like these negative thoughts of not wanting to let go of the past, of not letting something rest, letting something be. So some of you had a really traumatic relationship with a Pisces, and it's like you're hoping the Pisces returns. Even the star in reverse, though, it's like kind of this really cool depiction. I like this card. She's like swooping in. Something about the reverse, it's like you keep swooping back to the past rather than forward thinking, like the zoom out, seeing the bigger picture, seeing the forest from the trees. You're so fixated on like, I'm almost getting like this one sign, this one person, this one soulmate, that you're missing out on what's to come or what's currently in front of you. And again, I want to underscore, I understand you can't fake it with people, right? If you're not into them, you're not into them. But maybe what the universe is guiding you away from is simply that person. And again, there might be something, there's something else you're supposed to see. That you've grown into a new person. You've done a lot of spiritual work. You're on like a spiritual pilgrimage or something for yourself. Some of you may even be like researching your ancestry, going into, I hear history books, but it could be like photo albums or something. Researching your past, your family, where you've come from. That might be your whole 10 of Cups scenario too. Gaining knowledge about your family's history, your bloodline, your ancestry. And you have a spirit guide that watches over you, particularly an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, particularly a Gemini. You're supposed to travel. You're supposed to travel away. Oh, do you know what this means? This is the whole waiting for your ships to come in. What's funny is it fell in this way. It's saying you're waiting on that Pisces, or you're waiting on that person of the past when your ship is right there. It's like, don't miss the ship, Taurus. It's right there. Get on the board, get on the boat. There's an opportunity that's already here, but you're not seeing it. And I know I've said that a million times. It's just that message has come out over and over and over and over again. This feels like I am giving you tough love. And yeah, so I never mean to offend. It's just, it's frustrating because you're not seeing something that you're supposed to see. In your heart, yeah, you have Five of Pentacles coming up twice. So there has been hardship in your life. There's been feelings of loss, feelings of abandonment. There's been a crisis of faith, losing hope, that you feel like you've had a tough go in love, like you're never going to find your person. The thing is, you recognize that you have a beautiful soul. You have beautiful love to give, but you feel like you're never seen, or you're never appreciated, or you've settled in love. You've settled for people who don't treat you right, but rather than being alone, you'll settle for love that's just kind of whatever. Something about you're building in reverse. You're digging a hole rather than building an empire. Yes, some of you in your heart, you're still holding space for a water sign of the past, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, who rejected you or decided they didn't want to build a life with you. And that's hard. Yeah. You want karmic justice. You feel like they were in the wrong. There's also a Libra coming through in your heart space. So that to me indicates it could be someone from the past. If you have a Libra in your past, there might be a Libra coming in that you're going to catch feelings for. There could be someone in the past who you were married to, and they essentially abandoned you. They may have asked you for a divorce because they caught eyes for someone, almost like, this is like a kind of a gross thing to say, but it's like they caught eyes for like a younger model. Do you know what I mean? Like they found someone who was, really sexy and attractive and young and flirty and whatever. And you guys may have been married for several years, and all of a sudden they were just like, I don't love you anymore. Something really harsh and kind of, it was not a good time for you. You may have had children with this person. I heard something about a car accident. So I don't predict death or anything like that on my channel. It's not what I do. I'm saying though, that's a confirmation for one or two of you. If you lost a spouse, particularly in like an automobile accident, again, not predicting this, giant disclaimer, this would have happened years ago. Yeah, it's coming through as you're still, rightfully so, you're still recuperating from that pain in your heart, but you're not meant to be alone. Something about this may have to do with an Aries as well. You're stuck in your head. Some of my Tauruses, this is a different message, I think, are stuck in their head about an Aries that is very hell-bent and determined about possibly their business life or their bachelorette life. They are determined to stay single, but you've really been like encouraging them to tie the knot with you, but it's like a mental prison. It's like you can't win with this person, so it's keeping you stuck. But yeah, it's like they're playing head games with you. It's either they don't know what they want, but really they do, and what they don't want is commitment. They don't want marriage. They don't want the official title of it. You have Three of Pentacles coming up 3 times, and some of them are in reverse. So that to me is like a metaphor for every time you try and build something, it gets brought down. Every time you like ramp up to be in a relationship, it's like your tires deflate. There's like a metaphor of, if at first you don't succeed, try again, but you're getting frustrated. That's what I mean. It's like, it feels like it's never your turn in love. Again, that's a limited belief, a negative belief that's keeping you held back. You have to change your attitude. You have to change your perception. Remove the blindfold and realize you put yourself in this state of mind. Again, you may have been a victim by circumstance, right? But it's still your responsibility to get yourself out of this way of thinking, this pattern of thought, to free yourself. And by all means, if you're in a relationship that feels like this, seek help, tell your friend, get a counselor. I don't mean to give you tough love without purpose. Like I'm trying to empower you and encourage you. If that's your state of mind, which is really, it's struggling, right? It feels like you're trapped and there's no hope. There's no escape. There is escape. Ask the divine for help. Yeah, free yourself. Absolutely, with the Fool. And the Moon. Interesting. Free yourself from the Pisces. That was coming up earlier too. Let me show you. This death card, this anxiety, for a lot of you, it's tied to a Pisces or deep-seated fears in your subconscious. You're letting them win. It's like your tire is spinning out. You're getting stuck in the mud because you keep returning to thoughts of the past that were keeping you stuck. Yeah, go for gold. Go with the ace. Go with the new beginning. Plant a new seed in the ground and see what grows. Because, yeah, you have a soulmate that you haven't met yet. It could have been a past life relationship, someone you knew in another life. Judgment is trying to give you the awakening that this is not where it stops. This is not the end of your story. Two of Cups indicates newness, new beginnings. Yeah, with a soulmate. Judgment, Two of Cups, Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. So word to the wise, I get some of you are really going through it. There are some heavy messages here. Unfortunately, or it's really not unfortunate, but the circumstance that is that you have someone very interested in you, but either you're not ready for them, which again, that's fine if you're focusing on your healing, but you're watching a love reading. So in a sense, you are ready for love, but you want some sort of magnetic connection, and there's nothing wrong with that. Boom, there it is. It's coming up, but it does require an awakening from you to start seeing things and realizing things that you're not allowing yourself to see right now. There needs to be some internal assessment. Who are you holding yourself back for? Who are you energetically still holding on to? Who from the past is doing you a disservice? Who isn't contributing positively to your life? Possibly a Libra. You need to either communicate something with them and fix it or cut it. It's, yeah, staying in this weird limbo, are we or aren't we zone. It's actually very, very damaging to your psyche. I just keep hearing leave the Pisces behind. Again, that's not a message for everyone, but for some of you it might be. And again, that might be a message of an ancestor, a relative who has passed on, and you're staying in this state of, I'm so lonely, I'm never going to see them again, my life is over, how could I possibly cope? Again, it's finding healthy ways to, like, this sounds so trite, but to be like, to turn that frown upside down, to turn those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. You know, when frequently in tarot, when the sword is pointed up, it's channeling those higher vibrational messages from source. When they're down, it's lack, right? It's not good thoughts. It's not a healthy way of thinking or feeling or communicating. Release the Pisces, it could be the fear. Have faith in the unknown too. A lot of you, it's scary to go in a new direction, and that's why you're not doing it. But again, you don't actually realize just how good it could be. There's someone who wants to communicate something with you about the long term, but again, it's like you're stuck in all the fives. You have, like, again, a little bit of tough love here. This is a little bit of like woe is me energy. It's like you got to pull yourself out of that. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I'm not at all diminishing anything you've been through, because I can see you've been through it, Taurus. Yeah, you got pain, you got anxiety, you got depression, you got a lot of stuff going on, my dear Tauruses. But then you have the Wheel of Fortune with the Fool, with the Ace, with the new beginning. You have the Fool twice. Possibly a new Aries or a new Aquarius, maybe a Sagittarius may factor into this. Wheel of Fortune is very positive. It's Jupiter energy, so it's all about expansion, expanding your network, expanding your limiting beliefs, expanding your territory. Maybe somebody need to move, right? There's some quote that it's like you can't heal in the same environment that broke you. I think that's exactly what's going on here. I think you're stuck in, I got to show you the right card. Where's that Pisces card that's really dark? Show me potato salad. Just kidding. Where's my Pisces card? I buried it because I didn't want to look at it. Oh, I lost it. Oh, Annie. Don't you hate that when that happens? You guys are like, what the fuck is she talking about? There it is! You guys are stuck here. You can't heal in the same environment that broke you. You can't heal on your own individually when you're surrounded by the same people or energies that tore you down. That's really important for some of my Tauruses out there. Give yourself the gift of time. Give yourself the gift of space, of distance from the old version of yourself, the old life, the old person, whatever it is, the thing that you're clinging on so tightly to because at one point in time you loved them or it's familiar. It's what you've always known. Fives are all about kissing that comfort zone goodbye. They're uncomfortable. Fives are the worst. Nobody looks forward to fives, but again, they are catalysts for spiritual growth. chaos, right? Anarchy. But from that, you're going to walk away with some amazing lessons. And by the way, after 5 of Cups comes 6 of Cups. That talks about soulmates. Sometimes past life relationships, karmic relationships. It feels a whole hell of a lot better than this, though. I don't think rushing into a relationship, quite frankly, is going to solve a lot of your problems. I think this is saying spend some time on your own. Take a vacation. Take some new leap of faith in a new direction. And again, I know it's easier said than done for some of you, but you're being asked to build elsewhere. Some of you are moving into a new apartment and it's the first time you've ever lived alone. How interesting. You're going to learn a lot from it, though. It's going to be like a journey of oneself. Pilgrimage, we said, a spiritual pilgrimage. Some of you may literally be going to visit like long distance relatives in like, yeah, I'm almost getting in like Europe or something like that, or wherever your relatives or ancestors are from. You may be going on like a spiritual journey or a pilgrimage to reconnect with like your bloodline, your ancestors. And that could be like more of a like, I don't know if metaphysical is the right term, but you might be doing, what is a good word for it? Like transcendental meditation, something like that. Like you might be doing a spiritual travel, astro travel. Is that what it's called? You're healing karmic wounds or karmic. I'm trying to think of the right wording. Ancestral karma. Things that you're experiencing in this lifetime, your ancestors have experienced it before, and you're meant to break the chain. You're meant to break the cycle. You're meant to solve the riddle. There's a lot of mother and child, specifically mother and child. I don't know if baggage is the right term. Not really. Wounds, pain involving the mother and child. That you're meant to heal that. You're meant to heal that relationship. And like change it moving forward in the bloodline. Some of my Tauruses may be adopted and you may actually be searching for your birth parents. Very interesting. Taurus, this was a heavy as hell message. I'm not going to ask anything of you. Usually I'm like, share, subscribe. You do you. Maybe like spend some time healing. Do something that brings you joy. If you're in a relationship like this, please find a way out. Please reach out to your friends. This is not something a tarot reader can solve, unfortunately. Medical professionals, right? That might serve you only because these cards came up so much. Yeah, my heart is heavy reading this. This feels like a really heavy message this week. There is a saving grace in that you're freaking awesome and that you deserve to be happy, but also you do have someone around you that actually loves you a lot. Again, this could be a family member, right? Everybody has a friend. Even when we're at our lowest of lows and we think we're all alone, take a risk. Reach out to that person you haven't talked to in years and be like, listen, I need some help. They'll probably show up to help you. The universe will help usher those people into you. Earth angels, right? When you're at your lowest of lows, and some of my Tauruses are, which is so odd because we started the reading with such an empowered, maybe that's what's coming in. Bottom of your deck, it's not necessarily present in your reading, but it's wanting to be seen. You're working your way towards empowerment, but yeah, some of my Tauruses are really struggling with like a past relationship that really damaged your psyche. Anyway, that's what I got for you, Taurus. I'm sending you all my love and the best. I'm rooting for you guys. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Take care of yourself. Bye, guys.